like they did with Cody.
They do actually do torrents for things. So it does come up with torrent lists. But there's an autoplay option where you can choose autoplay, and it'll just select whatever the best 10 torrents are.
I like that. I like that it actually I don't care where I'm stealing it from. Not that I would ever do such a thing on a podcast that might reach tens of people.
Right now it's
right there, Kim.
Right now it's reached nobody because we only have one episode in the can, so not including the one that me and Rob did 2 months ago.
Nice.
Saving them up for a 2025 release.
There you go. No, it's you gotta have the way that they tell you to do it is to do 3 or 4 episodes, so you can release 3 or 4 episodes to give people more to listen to. Instead of just being one episode and being okay, so where's the rest? If they enjoy it.
Yeah.
Which they obviously won't, so that's alright.
So it probably doesn't work well for a current events podcast, but...
Well, if you talk about COVID's COVID, so that works just fine. It's going to be current.
I think that's a buzzword to turn people off of podcasts now.
It's COVID. As soon as you turn on anything, they're like COVID, they're like, okay.
Yeah.
A surprise visit from a cat?
Yes, that's going to happen. I have 3 of them now.
There's 3 of them now. Crazy.
3?
Yes.
Crazy Candy.
Mando's the last one.
Oh,
Mando.
I see.
Yes, obviously inspired by a certain TV show.
The Good Wife?
Yeah. Big fan.
Good stuff. Yeah. No, it's such a... I just, the Mandalorian, there's nothing I don't like about the show. It's just well done. It's Western samurai film in space, whatever. Okay, fine. But still, it's just, like you said, it's they let the nerds take a crack at it this time, and it turned out really well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the crazy guy who actually pays for Disney Plus.
Oh, I do
if
too.
You, on that, if you watch they have a behind the scenes series, and just listening to them talk about Star Wars, Dave Filoni's literally just the new George Lucas. He just has all the knowledge, and he just loves it so much, opposed to just people being like, whatever, it's Star Wars, it'll make us a lot of money. These guys are like, no. I mean, they even went back to the ice cream maker, which is the big thing that keeps making an appearance now. That's from Empire Strikes Back. I can't think of the guy's name, but there's a scene when Cloud City's blowing up.
Okay.
In the background, there's a guy in an orange suit running with, at the time, it was just an ice cream maker. When they started making The Mandalorian, Jon Favreau had them go out and find the same ice cream maker. And now it's the thing that the money's carried it. So in first season, when they show him all the blocks of Mandalorian metal or whatever that was called, when that container is the same thing that guy was carrying.
Nice.
And Jon Favreau was like, no, we have to give that a purpose now. Same with his rifle that the Mandalorian carries, the big forked rifle, was from the Star Wars Christmas special with Boba Fett.
Nice.
That's the only other time that's appeared, and they're like, no, we got to bring that back in, so it's now canon and everything like that.
Well,
so it's the guys that just know way too much about the Star Wars making it now.
If you look at Favreau, on his own, he is, he goes balls in with whatever he's doing. If you ask him anything about any Marvel character, whether it's actually appeared in a movie or Marvel movie at all, in the MCU, pre-MCU, and everything like that, he knows everything about it. I was watching, there was an interview with him where he was talking about Adam. And he was going on and on and on about Adam, and I was like, Adam hasn't even been introduced into anything yet. Why do you have so much knowledge of this useless stuff? And I'm like, wait a minute, useless knowledge. That's what we do. Useless knowledge.
Well, that's what Jon Favreau does now, though, is he just has this knowledge, and he's like, well, now I've just found people giving me money for having this knowledge.
For having knowledge, yeah.
He was the smart one and found people with lots of money.
So now we need to find people with lots of money who can give us money for our knowledge?
Just ideas. And people he knows. Okay, there's part in that behind-the-scenes thing. The last episode of season 1, all the stormtroopers are volunteers. Because they have those groups that dress up as stormtroopers and go to hospitals and stuff.
Yeah.
So Jon Favreau knew a bunch of them personally, called them in to be extras so that he had enough stormtroopers that day. And they're like, so we get to be in the show? So like, it's something like 50 of them all showed up in full gear. He's like, and it was awesome because they all know how to act. They all know how to be a stormtrooper, so I don't have to worry about them.
Yeah, I remember, I don't know if it was the same series or something, but there was something about there being like a shortage of appropriate stormtrooper costumes because for whatever reason, they couldn't just, it wasn't really the armor part, it was the helmet part because they had plenty from the movies they could just, go steal. But it's the wrong helmet, right?
Well, and a lot of it was they just didn't have a very big budget.
Mm.
And he was just cutting corners wherever he could to fit in what he could. It's a lot of the shooting style is to cut money, basically.
Mm.
So essentially, he looked at them. He looked at them and went, "Hey, you want to be a part of Star Wars canon?"
Yeah.
And they were like, "Fuck yeah! I'm Stormtrooper 3595." Like, yeah.
Well, exactly.
I will go to Party City
now.
I will go to Party City and spend my $59.99 on a costume if that means I can get on the show.
Well, exactly.
I don't think
you see some idiot in the background with like a plastic fabric looking thing.
Well, did you see the action figure for Gene Guy?
Gene Guy?
No? That's hilarious. So there's a screw up in one of the episodes. Hold on.
It's funny because that's what they used to call my dad, Gene Guy. It's Zhang Yi, but we lived in the States for a while. Nobody knows what French is, so.
They just know they hate it. That's all it is.
Yeah. It's fine.
Very tolerant country.
Extremely.
Of course.
The leaders of democracy.
Oh, yes. Mom, apple pie, American flag, the crying eagle singing country songs. I don't know.
Singing country songs, eh?
Well, yeah, it's the U.S., man. We have country music in Canada as well, but they kind of invented it down there to the point where you hear a Canadian. Well, to the point you hear a Canadian country singer, they somehow have an Alabama accent. Explain that shit.
Oh, I see Gene's Guy.
Yeah. So
Gene's Guy.
Yeah. So let me show you here. It always works good for a podcast that you want to see Gene's Guy. So there's Gene's Guy. Can you see that? So if you look it up, if you look it up, there's a supposedly Kenner creation of Gene's Guy. So on one of the episodes, you see a slice of a guy.
That was the last episode, yeah.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
Then there's like quote unquote Kenner's toy for it as well. It's not a rip off and it's a fake, but they did a really good job with it.
So it looks
there
like
was a bunch of websites trying to play that off as the new Game of Thrones coffee cup.
Oh yeah,
situation that everybody freaked out about when that show was on, or the
Starbucks cup.
Yeah, I remember that.
There's a bunch of stuff though. Somebody found a watch somewhere. Somebody's wearing a digital watch.
Who cares? Who's watching this show to find these little details like that?
For real, I never noticed that. God.
Gene's Guy is now canon.
Although, I have to say, I have been rewatching Golden Girls. Shut the fuck up, Scott.
You do you, Keith. You do you.
And
well, thank you for being a friend.
Yeah. I've been noticing a lot of boom mic showages. So in the background, you see a boom mic come down or something, or somebody's laughing off screen, and you kind of see them. There was one where the pilot episode is actually in the middle of season 1, and the kitchen is completely different.
Okay.
But it's in the middle. They've already done 8. They've already done 8 shows already, and then what would be the pilot episode is number 9. Everything. Huh. I look for that stuff. I'm the crazy one.
Yeah, but the thing is that there's a little bit of difference between the nerddom for Golden Girls and the nerddom for Star Wars, where there'll be 4 guys actually talking about the Gene's Guy, and it will cause a fist fight at a Comic-Con. I don't think I know the Golden Girls have caused fist fights, but that's usually in bars, not in Comic-Cons. That's all I'm saying.
You haven't been to B. Arthur 2020.
Please tell me this is a real thing. This has got to be a real thing.
There might actually be a Golden Girls Comic Con. I don't know. Obviously, I think that no. Betty White's
There
still
can't be
alive.
enough fans still alive when that was airing.
I'm alive. I love it. It's such a good. It really is a very well thought out show. Something I learned.
He's like the canon of Golden Girls.
Something I learned about the show.
Just trying to picture just nerd discussions. So first of all, there's got to be a Golden Girls podcast. If not, I vote that we immediately change formats.
New topic. Daily podcast.
Come up with a topic Golden Girls related every day. It's just
just
do an episode a day. Gotta be 800 of those.
I'm not even sure. It's it was on the air for a good, I want to say 10 years almost.
I feel like it was there forever.
Ended in 1992.
Really?
My God, it went that long?
85 to 92. Okay, well, it's not quite 10 years, but 7 is,
good enough.
180 episodes is pretty good.
I'll take it. Take it
Plus
all.
syndication, yeah.
But something that I learned watching the Golden Girls, at the very start, they explain how Sophia had a stroke, which is why she's such a smartass, is because she's lost her filter. And that for people who have had strokes, some people lose their filter and just say what's on their mind, and that's it. So when my mom had her stroke, a month ago, actually now, she has lost a bit of her filter.
Huh.
So every once in a while, she says something, and we're just I don't care, and we'll hang up, or whatever on me. Okay. Or she called, this is harsh language to my mom, but she called the person a dumb twit.
Oh no.
Which is harsh language to my mom, but it's something where it was just okay then, all right. So you learn stuff from Golden Girls too. It teaches you.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, I hope they're not trying to do the whole you know how prequels sometimes go in and try and fill in the gaps that nobody ever asked for ever, origin story kind of things, they do it all the time with Star Trek, Star Wars, everything like that. I hope they're not trying to do that with Golden Girls. Well, actually, the reason why this happened in this episode in 86 is because B. Arthur had a burrito. I don't care. Just make a funny show. Actually.
They're more well, she pressed this button on the telephone in episode 45, but in episode 62, she pressed it again, and it didn't do the same thing.
Was it the SNL skit with what's his face? Kirk.
Mark McKinney.
Yes. No. SNL, not, no, with, shit. My brain's not working. Captain Kirk.
William Shatner.
God, that took me way too
William
long.
Shatner?
Right?
This is why
maybe I had the stroke.
This is why Tim lost the Star Trek trivia game and Claire won it.
Probably. Yeah.
He knew the obscure stuff. He just didn't know who played Captain Kirk. That went right over his head.
It was literally the funniest game I think I've ever played before. Being that it was me, Claire, Deb and Tony, and Lauren Tim. And Tony had gotten this box set of trivia from Voyager all the way down to the original series. And it was just stupid stuff what do they call the type of torpedo that they shoot from ship to ship? And it's a photon torpedo. Okay. And then it would go to Tim. And it was literally, the question was, what was the name of the corridor in episode blah that the person gets stuck in?
I was like, what the shit is going on? It was what color?
It was
Claire was getting the questions the equivalent of what color is a fire truck, and I'm getting questions what the hell? Who shuffled this?
It was so fucking funny. It was when a red alert happens, what colors do the light flash?
versus what was the serial number of the activator on the photon torpedo in episode 7. It's just like, what the shit? Who the hell cares?